one of those player can make anything happen. You know, just one fight around the corner that you don't expect, and it just takes away all your stock in 1 second.
Boom, dead.
Yeah, boom,
Done,
dead.
finished.
So it's gonna be really interesting. I think the guys are readying up, so we're gonna go into the first match on Blood Run.
There you go. It's getting underway. Let's get into this. Evil Toxic first match of Group B. Here we go. Wow. So, Toxic there on the camera to begin with. And any comments about the starts?
Not really. I mean, both players had pretty common starts. Evil going for the rocket launcher. He already has all the main weapons and a good stack. Toxic is missing the shaft, and he's just waiting probably for Evil to go and attack the red armor. So he's gonna be, I think, sneaky and try to deal as much damage as possible.
So here we go, waiting for that mega and just quick rail. Wow.
Oh
wow.
my god.
Evil.
Did he take the red? Okay, at least he took the red, which is
slid off.
Yeah, it sometimes happens that you don't even take the red when you know, that rail just bounces you off. So right now, I mean, it's still good for Toxic. I don't think he's still missing the shaft. So right now, he's not. He will probably not be able to get this red. He's gonna try and slow down Evil as much as possible. Evil is gonna step back, take this yellow, and probably focus on the mega ult.
Yeah, and trying to grab that mega, he's gonna get it. I mean, there's gonna be some grenades cascading, you know, on by, and some rails exchanged, but nothing really connected. Free mega going to Evil once more. So Evil's really, you know, in a brilliant spot as far as stacks concerned. But the thing is, wow, Toxic,
bad movement.
The Toxinator, man.
Yeah, I mean, Toxic plays that style very well. He just hides and he just waits for you to basically make them move forward, and then he takes out the shaft and takes away so much health. So it's something that Evil has to expect from Toxic, and right now the game is still quite close. No, either player made some moves, but nothing happened yet.
Yeah, it seems that way. Evil there, waiting still for. I mean, still has control. Nothing. I mean, that LG was really nice to stop him, and what it did was it bought Toxic time to stack up more. But still, you know, it's some time away that, you know, we're still going to be waiting for that attack to come in from Toxic. If there's even an attack, it could just be eventually, you know, he just gets position on items and just his attack is to have position to defend. That's his attack on control, essentially. And if Evil isn't going to be wise about that, then it could catch him off guard.
There? Yeah, he is. He's stuck there. What the hell? All right, well, Evil right now, he has to make a move. He lost too much time without making any damage to Toxic. So Toxic in a pretty good spot. He should not... Oh, this is perfect for him. Just get away from there, take the red without taking any damage. At least try to, but it's gonna be impossible. But it's still good. It's still good. He has a good stack, so he can either try and get the red, and he's probably gonna get railed or hit by some shaft, or he can just bait. He can just wait. He doesn't really have any need to go for it because he still has 120 armor and he has 2 yellows. So it's let's see. Evil has 150 armor right now. So and he's gonna go for the red. So let's see where Toxic is. Toxic decided to step back. He's gonna go for this yellow. Mega is coming out soon. He's not gonna go for it. So like I said, Toxic is gonna play a really passive game, really slow. He's trying to deal as much damage as possible from far away, try to be sneaky, and it's something that he does very well. He needs to be careful, because if he gets the lead, then it's good, but when if he goes down at least 1 frag from Evil, then it can be very bad, because he's gonna have a hard time.
And there you go, Toxic still able though to survive and to make certain that Evil can't run away with things. It hasn't even gotten a frag on the board. It really goes to show how hard it is to close the distance on Toxic and just frag him. It's just really hard. And Toxic, it will drop down. He's got a red in the works here. And Evil coming through at bad timing there. Does take a direct rocket. Toxic able to escape that situation. Evil, what kind of shape is he in? He does pick up that red armor, but there is a big question mark as
Evil is doing okay. I mean, he's gonna pick up this yellow, which is gonna be a big plus for him, but at the same time, Toxic, that fight, he should have handled it a little bit better. I mean, he got the first direct rocket, but he couldn't connect the second 2 rockets that he shot, which would have been big. So unfortunately now for Toxic, he's still playing his defensive game, but Evil is gonna go for a 200 stack very soon, and it's something that Toxic needs to take into account. So he cannot make any crazy move. He needs to be very careful.
Yeah, and so far that's what we've seen. We've seen a lot of care, a lot of deliberation to any moves that have been considered or executed. And Toxic, he's hit that level of armor where he's starting to get some, wise ideas about what he can and cannot do. And that Mega is very close, and he knows it. And he's thinking about an opportunity here, but there you go. He's going to miss that rail. He does actually take a bit of damage there. Oh, and jumps into another rail. That's going to hurt him a lot. Now Evil, if he reads the stacks well, he knows he can go aggressive. There it is. There's a quick rocket jump. That's an aggression just to shut him down off the angle and catch him if he's foolish. But
this is a big mistake from Toxic. Big mistake is gonna get the kill. Evil, and right now it's gonna be tough for Toxic. I mean, like I said, he always play too passive. He always try to go for those sneaky shots that sometimes do not work in Quake Live. Evil is gonna pick up this Mega Yellow, and he's gonna go for this red where Toxic only has 34 HP and ray gun. So it's always very hard to get back into a game where you play defensive and you played well for a long time, but then you find yourself down a couple of frags, and since you didn't play aggressive for so long, it's very hard to switch and get back into the game. So let's see what Toxic can do.
Alright, so Evil, he doesn't want to. Evil's someone that also, he's not content necessarily with keeping a scoreline close, even though he has the lead and playing it slow and stuff like that. Sometimes he just enjoys just hammering his opponent, even when he's really ahead, taking not necessarily huge risks, but taking risks that he doesn't have to take just to get more frags. And Evil can get away with this sometimes because his aim is so sick when he attacks. And his dodging is so good as well. Because usually the thing that you give up when you attack aggressively is you give up. It's much easier to hit you. And that's really the problem that most people run into. But he was able to maintain really high accuracies whilst dodging incredibly well. And look at this beautiful railing, picks up another kill. Evil 200, 100, going to be cycling his way around to the grenade launcher, and there's just nothing Toxic can do right now. He's got such a good cycle on items, and Toxic is taking more damage here, and Evil just running the map.
Yeah, Evil is playing very well right now, and it's not looking that good for Tox. Tox has been way too passive. He's hitting well. I mean, his aim is always top notch. Right now, his Mega Health is gonna spawn soon, but he does not have the power to go in and get it. Evil is playing, I think, well there because he knew that Toxic was very low, so the Mega Health would have just given him under health, which was not a big deal. So Toxic, I mean, did a lot of damage there to Evil trying to take the red armor, and he's gonna trying to get back into this game. He should not commit to this, and he did. So Evil, even if he gives away a frag to Toxic, he's gonna what's going on with these two guys just trading shafts like that?
Shaft on shaft battle. That is what this is about. And Toxic right now, he has 3 frags to make up in 2 minutes.
See?
He's got to get aggressive soon.
Oh
wow, that's a brilliant catch there onto Evil. Evil though, my god, they both aim incredibly well.
That's a mistake from Toxic because he did not have Mega Health timing, or maybe he was too scared to go. So he just gave away Mega Health to Evil, and Toxic engaged perfectly because it's really hard to engage with the shaft from the grenade launcher platform down to the ray gun. But still, not enough. Evil with 3 health picked up, and now he's just extending his lead.
There you go, more rockets coming in. Evil defending that Mega. He knows he can't though. Backs away. He doesn't want to give any chance. He's thinking about winning the game right now, not control. And winning the game means staying alive for another 60 seconds and not conceding 5 frags in a row. So Evil's just working on that, and so far he's doing well. He's slowing down Toxic and just making his life a misery, and there's even one more frag, and that's a good game right there and then. With that rocket, he sealed the deal, and
that hair nade combo, really good. But I mean, I always think that they had quite a fair start, even if Toxic did not have the shaft. But Toxic played it too passive already from the start, and he had a few openings when he was standing at the rocket launcher, shooting the rail down and a few rockets, and he managed to hit very well Evil, and the Evil went for the Mega, and the red armor was still up. I think that was his chance to change his style and try to get control of the map. Instead, he didn't want to rocket jump up to the red, and starting from there, he started playing too slow and too passive, and against Evil, especially when you're already down, it's a style that you know.
Death sentence.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work. He was gonna kill you. He's gonna kill you dead. And that's gonna be map number 1 going to Evil over Toxic for the first match of Group Stage B. And of course, if you missed, if it's a Sunday, so maybe some people they woke up really late, as I like to do, if it's possible. Maybe they missed Group A, and we had Cypher and Pavel going through. And kind of the story was that Cypher, it was a very even group overall, and Pavel just barely made it through. I mean, we had a 3-way tie, and Pavel got the best of it, having as many map wins as Demon, but then having also beaten Demons. That's why Pavel went through. But Cypher just crushed everyone. Cypher took no prisoners. This guy is looking really sick today, but enough about Group A and Cypher and Pavel. Here we now have the second map, the decider. And in fact, it is Cure. It is Toxic, it's Evil, and it's map number 2. Let's get into this. We've got Toxic off the start. He's got that red armor, and he is wearing it with pride right now as he picks up that rocket launch. He's got the railgun too, so Toxic just needs the lightning gun to have full utility of his arsenal.
Yeah, but it's not something easy to pick. Let's see Evil where he stands. He knows that Toxic does not have a shaft right now, so he's gonna probably stand down at the bottom, trying to do as much damage as possible to Toxic. This is very bad for Toxic. The red armor is also up, so this is very good for Evil. Evil is gonna pick up this frag. It's gonna go back, probably trying to put some pressure on the yellow. Toxic doesn't even go for it. This is very good for Evil. Right now he can have full control of the map. Toxic does not anything in his favor, but Evil just decides to go back to red. Probably gonna pick up this frag as well. Yeah, beautiful ray gun.
Yeah, that's pretty damn strong right there from Evil, but he's been strong since Blood Run. This guy is, maybe he's going to show us some form like Cypher. He's powering through. He's going to have to power through this one as well. There's Toxic on the yellow. He's going to get electrocuted, and he's going to concede one more frag to Evil. So already in a minute, Evil's off to a 3-frag lead. I mean, this doesn't bode well. I mean, what really is the best strategy for Toxic here against Evil, do you think? Is there a good strategy against Evil?
But there's always a good strategy against any opponent, really. I mean, nobody's perfect. You can only just play a very good game, but sometimes you're gonna do mistakes, and there is when Toxic has to get back into the game, but it's really easy to say and very hard to do. I think Toxic right now really needs to get the hell out of key spots like this one. I know he needs the weapon. I know he's eager to get them, but this is not a good way, because Evil is quite a smart player, and like some of the Eastern European do, sometimes they have perfect control of the map, but then they say, you know what? I'm gonna focus on the weapons you have, and you're not gonna get the weapon for at least 2 minutes or 3 minutes, but I'm gonna leave you some time to breathe or whatever. But I mean, a player like Toxic, I understand he wants the shaft, but it's also something that Evil knows, and he's gonna position himself there to make sure that he's not gonna get it, and if he does, he's probably gonna get a lot of damage or killed.
It looks like Toxic has been successful in slowing things down, but Evil is on a stampede, just running through all the items right now, taking another Mega. And Toxic wasn't there to do any damage, and look, he's just going to get caught here, and he's outstacked, he's outgunned. Gives Evil a nice little boost there with the rocket.
Yeah.
And that was like such a perfect assisted rocket jump there that...
He has a good stack now.
Yeah.
He has a very good stack.
That was quite lucky.
Yeah, and the red armor is going to spawn next. Evil has 200, doesn't even take the green, probably for not making any sounds. He doesn't see Toxic. Toxic is at the railgun, and he's probably gonna leave this red up to Toxic. Toxic makes a good shot, and this could be a good opportunity for Toxic if he gets in a good position, and he does. I think he played too passive there.
Oh, and Evil with the ambush. Toxic is under pressure, and up the stairs he runs, but can he hide from Evil for long? I don't know. He's going to try to put the fight back onto Evil, but that is a mistake. Evil dropping a rail onto his face. 40 health remains on Toxic. He is really looking in bad shape now as Evil comes in to finish the job, and that's exactly what he does. 5-0. And a mega rewarded to Evil. He is really happy right now with this, and he can just keep powering through. His stack has never really been in question. His stack has never really been... It's never looked like it's going to be diminished by any plays from Toxic. He's just... Toxic's playing too much of his own passive game here, I feel like.
I guess. I think Evil did not make any mistakes. He always hit the right shots. Toxic tried to do something. I mean, for example, he had the stack and he tried to create some situation right there at the railgun, and he hit the first rail, but then he was too scared to make a move. I mean, Evil right there had two decisions. Either you go down to the red armor, and then Toxic had a better position because he had to follow and he could have got a lot of damage, or Evil could have went to Mega Health, and if he would have went to Mega Health, Toxic could have had a better position than him. Unfortunately, I mean, Toxic was too slow, and I don't know, right now Evil just looks unstoppable.
Yeah, he's really hitting like a perfect stride right now, and this is looking really nice from Evil now. It really is becoming reminiscent of Cypher and how he was in his Group A, how dominant he was. Evil's already asserting himself over Toxic in such a manly way, and more damage on Toxic. Wow, he craters even as Evil misses the rail. So 7 to -1, and Evil's looking like he's going to put a quick 2-0 onto Toxic.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not really shocking. I mean, Toxic hasn't played much during summer. He played a couple of FACEIT Cups where he did really well. I think he won 1 or 2, or placed top 3 at least many FACEIT Cups at the start of the summer, and that is why he also had a lot of points to be invited to play today. But at the same time, like I said many times, he needs to be more constant into his practice routines, because it's yeah, I mean, it's understandable. There are not many quick live tournaments to play through the year. He has a job and he has other things to think about.
What is his job actually? I don't know.
He works with his family business, his dad's business. I think. Yeah.
What is his family business?
I have no idea, but even if I would, I mean, I would rather have Toxic talking about it. I know kind of what he does, but I mean, if he wants people to know, I think it's,
okay.
Yeah, it would be Toxic to say that, I guess.
All right, so Evil looks like he's going to have a strong start to the group. Not much more to say than that. I think people might be expecting his hardest competition to... It looks like, I mean, we didn't actually give our predictions for top 2, but do you think it's reasonable to say Evil Ash is a good top 2 to go with?
But
yeah?
I wouldn't count Toxic out, really. It's the first game against a very good opponent that has a lot of skill, and it's probably the best quick live player at the moment. Even if he's so good plays from Cypher, I'm still giving Evil the edge just because of his past performances. So we'll see if these two guys ever met, but for now I have to give credit to Evil, because for me it's the best player that we have in this tournament at the moment. So Toxic did not his best shape. He's playing against the best quick live player.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm not counting Toxic out at all. Like you see, his aim is still very good. It's one of those guys that will probably never lose his aim when he's gonna be around 40 years old. He's still gonna be able to hit 70%
and
50% shaft. He has that in his blood. So
yeah, he's trained hard for those skills, and he's probably gonna keep them for until the day that he dies. And Toxic, 11-1, it's not a good start to the group, but it is the hardest opponent, and it could very much be a story like Group A, where it's like, okay, so Cypher's won Group A, but we're all fighting for second place. I mean, it can be very much like that, and by the time he gets through, gets to get the warm-up games and gets to like feel out the opponents more,
yeah,
he's going to be showing a stronger game later on. So there you go. This is the case right now, as we have a minute and a half left. until Toxic is going to be removed from the game and Evil be crowned the winner. But the shotgun action comes out to get a cheeky little frag right at the end there. And
yeah, it does not have any other weapons besides the shotgun and a railgun, and it misses the rail shot, so Evil is gonna take advantage of that, and it's still to 12-2. I mean, this game is basically done. You can see the Evil's movement on this map are very fluid as well. It can move very fast, and it's something really important when you play on very high level. Making sure that you know all the tricks and making sure that you can move smoothly without losing any seconds, because even like losing 1 to 3 seconds because of a bad jumps might change your game, because you might lose the opportunity to position yourself better than your opponent.
Yep.
And Evil has very fast movement, very fast rocket jumping. He can move greatly through the map, and he can cut the map when it's needed to make sure that he can get some spawn frags or better position. So it's a very good play from Evil. It's really early to judge anything, so I'm looking forward to see the other games.
Yep, definitely, for sure. I think you summed it up pretty well. And Evil definitely got to be the favorite, you know, QuakeCon finalist. He won DreamHack Winter last year. We have DreamHack, you know, coming up as well. We have at the end of November, I do believe. And it looks to be like it should shape up to be a really serious Quake Live tournament, like really hardcore.
Yeah.
And it's going to be really amazing to see it. I think it could be one of the best events we've had in the last years. It could shape up to be that way.
Yeah.
So really excited for that. And okay, we just had Evil versus Toxic. Toxic quick 2-0 over Evil. Sorry, Evil quick 2-0 over Toxic. There we go, get my facts straight. And Ash now should play against Pony. But we'll take a quick break to set that one up. So guys, remember to follow if you are enjoying the content, and spread the word as well about the tournaments today. And also remember, if you want to be one of the lucky winners to win a month of Unlimited on FACEIT, then all you have to do is go to FACEIT Community, which is our Facebook page, and tell us who you think is going to win today. And after that performance, maybe it's Evil. I don't know.
Or Cypher.
We'll see what you think.
Or even Toxic. Okay.
Yeah. All right, so we'll see you very soon. We'll go for a very quick break, and we'll be right back.